Good morning, guys. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, karibu sana nyumbani. So guys, I hope you're keeping safe, staying positive, washing your hands. Guys, sanitizing should only happen when you have no access to water and soap. So if you can access water and soap, then go ahead and wash your hands, sanitize. Stay at home if you can. If you do not have to go to work, stay at home. Stay at home. And if you happen to go to work, then maintain the distance and everything, because guys, if we stop the spread, then life will go back to normal. But as at now, man, I feel like life has stopped. Like literally, it's like someone picked the remote button and pressed pause, and we're just here waiting for the next thing. So guys, welcome back to my channel. A little positivity. But then guys, I'm here because I'm mad and because I do not understand what I just saw in the media on what happened yesterday with the GSU unit in Kenya. In Kenya, the fact that these officers were hitting people 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, 4, 5, 6 times repetitively does not make sense. It's okay. I mean, it does not make any sense at all. And especially because the system just seems wobegon. Something is just not right. Guys, 2 wrongs will never make a right. They will never do it. So we're talking about people isolating and staying at home. We're talking about there being a curfew on people being at home at 7 p.m. And what happened in Mombasa, Likoni? What was that? What was that? So it is 5 p.m. So I think, actually, have a look at the NTV footage, because that is what actually featured it. So 1 hour before the curfew, the GSU officers were actually on the streets. And what was that they were doing to people? What was that? So they would hit one person, 1, 2, 3. No. Something is just not right. So after the hitting, they actually pack you like sacks of potatoes, like warus, like ngunias together. Man, what are we even talking about? These are not thieves. We're talking about 1 hour prior. What is this? So that is how we, last time I checked, the police officers, okay, they were supposed to maintain law and order. If that is what law is like, if that is what order is, then they would issue a school fee. Something is wrong. So something is just outrightly wrong. Something is wrong. The system is just not working as it should. Actually, I just realized it is 2 hours to the curfew. So it is 1 hour to the closing. I think the ferry closes down at 6 p.m. so that the curfew happens at 7. So at 5 p.m., these guys are on the streets and they're actually clamping people together. Guys, what is social distance to these people? Why would people be kept together at such a... And what was that tear gas for? So we're talking about tear gas, we're talking about beating, we're talking about doing this prior, before time. So if at all you put these people together this way, then 0 social distance. We're talking about curbing coronavirus, because so I think that is the reason as to why the curfew was introduced. Talk about tear gas. So these people will end up blowing their noses, they will end up tearing up and rubbing their eyes and touching their mouths and everything. And we're talking about, for Christ's sake, avoiding touching of such parts of our bodies, touching our faces. But then here they come. I'm just sad. I do not even get to a point of understanding what this was about. And if that is day 1, then something is just not right. These are people who had gone to their hustles. They have to get back home using the ferry simply because there's no bridge. Because if at all there was one, then there would be no such commotion. These are people who are actually trying to earn their daily living. But here we are. We do not even try on the basis, on the basis of understanding that these are people who are just going about their daily lives. What was that? What about the people? Now, let us forget what happened at Likoni Ferry. Let us talk about what happened at the CBD, where The government says the curfew starts at 7 p.m. The employer still has business running as usual until 5 p.m. Matatus, buses are not allowed to carry like 14 or the number of people they usually carry, and so the fares are hiked up. And so this common mwananchi, this Wanjiko, is waiting for the fare to go down or something to just happen so that they can get home. So between 5 and 6 p.m. and Matatus, I don't know, charging how much, such a humongous amount of money, and this person wants to go home. They cannot get home early because they are waiting for transport. Wait, there's even no transportation because most of these people have actually closed down their businesses and gone home in view of what will happen by 7 p.m. So it is business unusual. And then these people still come out in their large numbers with their nyahunyos, mad like people who I don't know came from where, and they brutalize people like life depends on that. Again, what was that? What was that? I mean, what kind of ignorance is that? What kind of system is back? I fail to understand. And especially because if I was working in such a setup, if I was working at the CBD and fare to my place is 500 and it is 6 p.m., and there are no buses, there are no matatus, I would have found myself in the very same position. I would have been there. So I'm only imagining if I would have been there, how many other people are finding themselves in the same detriment. Guys, something is just not right. Something is wrong. The system is failing us. Common mwananchi Wanjiko is suffering. Those of us, we're just going through a lot of hell. Hell, it is tough. So as a mwananchi, as a loyal, law-abiding citizen of Kenya, and as a person who will vote during the next general election, it is about time we made conscious decisions. It is about time we made better decisions while at it. And it is about time we just failed to forget what has been happening in the past, because we tend to forget pretty fast. Like we'll just get there for some reason or the other, we'll be blinded by events and everything. Here's my parting shot, and it goes to all the forces and anyone who has the power, anyone who finds themselves in a position where they have to make decisions that will affect another party. This curfew thing, this whole thing of staying at home, this whole thing of social distance and everything is a health precaution and not a security response. Stay home, stay safe, and stay positive. We shall overcome this. We shall sail through, and we shall talk about this in future and learn lessons, 1,000,000+ cool lessons from this season. Stay safe, guys. Bye.
Naomba wananchi tafadhali, mkitoka kwa gari, naomba mrudi kwa manyumba yenu na mkae na msijaribu kuchelewa siku nyingine. Tafadhali, kwa sababu serikali imetangaza na nyinyi mnachelewa. Na madereva naomba muwe na kinga yenu. Muwe na kinga ambao wananchi wakishuka wanapatiwa kinga, wanajisaidia waende nyumbani. Tafadhali msije nyumbani kwenu. Na msijaribu